Probably.
I think every voice actor has done lots of Soldier A's.
Soldier A. I don't know that I've ever died like that, like just an expendable dying.
But, you know, random citizens in background scenes that are screaming because there's some natural disaster going on.
Yes.
It's a Gundam, you know.
Yeah. Yes, we've all done that. We've all done, I've been cheering at Baki the Grappler matches before. Yeah.
Yeah, just the other day I went up and did some Tsubasa Chronicle stuff, but it was all background scenes. So it was me and 3 other people in the booth, just all filling in a crowd scene. And we're all expected to, and this is not scripted, this is another reason improv is so important for actors, is because they're saying, all right, you've got 30 seconds to fill background various chatter in a restaurant. Go.
Yeah. And you never know in those situations if any of that will get picked up or brought out in the mix. Like there could be a quiet moment and all of a sudden you hear Kyle talking to whoever. So they can't just be saying, hey, how about them stars? You know, he has to be actually coming up with something that could pass as conversation in whatever the heck world they're
reflective of the time period. It's a samurai show. You know, like, hey dude, nice haircut. You wouldn't say that.
I shall kill you.
Not so much.
I was wondering, when you guys do auditions, has there ever been a time where they wanted you to audition for this character, but then when you did it, you all of a sudden technically got a part of someone else?
Yes. On Full Metal Alchemist, I really wanted to play Hughes. Didn't get him. I tried out for Tucker, and tried out for a few other parts, didn't get anything. A few weeks passed by, and Mike and Colleen, who co-directed the show, kind of said, we really liked your audition, so we have you in mind for this other character that you didn't read for. It's like, that's a really good feeling when you're an actor, then you just get cast like that, because they know your abilities as an actor, and they just know you can do it. So that's the case with Full Metal. I did not. That's like,
he actually gets a promotion in the manga.
oh man! I heard he talks a lot more in the manga.
He does.
Second lieutenant.
Second lieutenant, sweet.
But
It's a demotion, he gets sent to the north and all he has to do is pretty icicles.
That happens a lot. Sometimes there can be tons of characters in a show, but we don't have all that much time in an audition to have, 40 sides. So they'll just do the leads and then maybe a couple of bit parts that are good representation of characters that are to come. So that way I can say, you read for this part, and then also this person. And I often let the actor know. Like right now I'm casting these main people, but so many people are going to show up later. So if you don't hear something right now, you can tell just by listening to Kyle reading Tamaki's voice that I may use him for so-and-so later on down the line.
Spoiler? Is that a spoiler?
No? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm Mom, and she asked my question earlier, so I'm going to ask her. Kyle, how did you find China? Was it a blast? Was it disappointing? Was it just...
We can both actually.
Both answers.
Oh,
This year, have you been twice or once?
Just once.
I went twice. I went in January, and then I went last month, a few weeks ago, because New Generation Pictures, which has done the dubs for Helsing, and Ergo Proxy, and Read or Die, some great top-notch dubs. Jonathan Klein and his folks are just amazing. They've expanded their studios and now open a branch in Shanghai to do like video game projects and whatnot. So we did that. I flew out and recorded on that and had a lot of downtime because it was only scheduled for a 4-hour session each day. Which is a full day anyway for a voice actor. So that's a lot of playtime to either sleep in, if it's an afternoon session, or it leaves you the afternoon. If you do 9 to 1 or something, then you're free the rest of the day to go sightseeing. So January was cold and rainy, but this last time was gorgeous. And ironically, I mean, the day after I left was when that big quake happened. It was nowhere near Shanghai, but it was still kind of spooky that all happened. But beautiful architecture, beautiful, beautiful architecture. And the best Chinese food ever, who'd have thought?
Yeah, China was remarkable. I never thought that I would go for one, and I never thought that I would like it for two. I don't know why, but maybe we kind of become like Japan snobs as anime fans and forget about this whole other amazing, amazing culture. Really wonderful people. They were so nice. Shanghai is very modern, so if any of you are thinking of going to Asia and it would be your first time, like what would be a good starter place, I would recommend Shanghai because you don't have to know Mandarin to get around. There's lots of signs in English, great train system, McDonald's. Well, there's McDonald's everywhere. But it was wonderful. And plane ticket was expensive, and granted, we didn't have to buy them and we were put up in a hotel, but otherwise, eating and shopping is fairly inexpensive unless you want to buy things that here are, fairly normal, to them are imports. So don't go over there to buy Marc Jacobs and Tommy Hilfiger or whatever the heck. $1 million. But it was wonderful. It was wonderful, except for the snow. It didn't snow when he was there, and he left, and then it snowed a lot. It's more snow than they'd had in like the last 10 years. And I was there for Chinese New Year, which is just remarkable. Yeah, it was great. China is a cool place.
Yeah, something I really thought was funny was how, you guys know how Haagen-Dazs is basically like a mall sort of thing. You go to a food court, Haagen-Dazs ice cream, yay. In Shanghai, it's a nice sit-down restaurant.
Pizza Hut too.
Pizza Hut too, yeah.
It's like family dining experience.
But Haagen-Dazs looked like a place you take a date. Really nice decorations, and nice elaborate couches and stuff. Like, this is an ice cream shop. Crazy. It's crazy.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Haagen-Dazs.
Haagen-Dazs. No. Naruto was orange. It's ninja.
Rhymes.
Yeah. Sorry, random. Yes.
Hey, random is fun.
Random is fun. Corner.
Both seem like pretty big cartoon fans. So, what would you say is your favorite cartoon series? You can be American or
We'll try to pick one. There's so much great stuff.
There's so much great stuff.
Bugs Bunny's probably my all-time favorite. But if you go back to the 90s, Animaniacs.
Darkwing Duck. Good call. Animaniacs is great. And then
Why did
kind
they
of
cancel it?
Teen Titans. Batman the Animated Series, Justice League.
Powerpuff Girls is awesome. I met Craig McCracken like at Comic-Con last year, and I wasn't expecting it. I was just wandering around, saw this booth that seemed pretty cool. Stopped to talk to the lady who was there. It was these really neat looking Powerpuff looking characters, and talking with her, and I kind of glanced to the side and I'm like, "Excuse me, is that Craig McCracken?" She's like, "Yeah, that's my husband." I'm like, "What?" She calls him over there, and this woman, Lauren Faust, produced Powerpuff Girls, produced Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Yeah, great show. And I wish I could say that we were buddies or something. She probably does not remember me. But big Powerpuff. And all those shows that Kyle named. What was your favorite, Looney Tunes character?
Bugs.
Bugs. Yes. I like Speedy Gonzales.
His cousin, Snowball Rodriguez.
I'll never show those cartoons anymore.
Exactly, for obvious reasons.
Foghorn Leghorn.
I
I'll say. One of my favorite things that Foghorn Leghorn says is, that girl's like a highway between Fort Worth and Dallas. No curves. Wow. See, that's
Brain like a sack of marbles.
a brain like a sack of marbles.
Sharp as a sack of marbles. Sorry about that.
Sharp as a sack of marbles. Yeah, it's the little smart chicken hawk or whatever.
Oh, I love that whole thing. I worked at Six Flags for a while, a couple of years ago, as Wonder Woman. So it was fun to get to interact with all of the costumed characters, like Foghorn and all the Looney Tunes folk. And I like Speedy and Marvin the Martian.
Yes.
Let me see.
Space Mountain 8 hole.
Yeah.